Hey guys, it's me, Jnelsonus. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, also welcome. In today's video, I'm fresh faced out the shower, so that's why I look like a baked macaroni. I have a story to share with you guys, and you know what? I'm just gonna get right into it. I don't know what to say really, so I'm gonna start off by where I met this person. So the story is just about I don't know how to explain it. So let me just start. So I met this guy named Julio, right? This was a couple months ago, like December, January. Wait, October, November, December. No, maybe November. Like, that's a good medium ground to, like, start off. So I met this guy in November, right? I'm just gonna go off and tell you from the beginning, like, right now, the kind of guy that he is. You know, those kind of people that kind of, like, threaten to kill themselves and use, like, their mental illness as a way of emotional emotional manipulation. There's your guy. He's one of those guys. Um, I'm just gonna go off like how we met and whatnot. So I was working and at this place, and I so happened to meet him. At the time, I was dealing with someone, but like in the world, like to XJWs or JWs in the world, people talk, or like in the truth people court maybe, but when people talk in the world, they basically they treat each other like boyfriend and girlfriend until they decide to date, or if they think they're not right for each other, then they move on to the next person. Something I don't get. It's whatever. But so I was, kind of like talking to this guy at the time that I met him. So we weren't like official. So we weren't like calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever. So I guess it was okay that I talked to him. So, he came up to me. We were working at this in the same place at my job. He came up to me and we started like talking or whatever, and it was cool because I'm friendly with everybody. Like if you work with me, I'm so friendly. Other like if by myself or I'm walking down the street, like I'm not friendly. Like I'm not friendly as in like not friendly, but like I'm to myself. I'm a very I'm very much an introvert until I have to be outside. I don't know, makes sense. But such and such, I met him. He was cool. We were like really cool. We were like, yeah, we gotta like hang out because we like the same type of music. I was like, this guy's cool. Like, not even like a boyfriend. Like, I'm not thinking that way. I don't think that way all the time. Like, every guy is my potential boyfriend. I think like every guy's a potential friend or any, potential link up or like connections. So I'm like, okay, yeah. I saved this guy's number, meet him every day at work, and then one day he like stops me at work and he tells me like, oh, like your hair smells so good, I think you're so pretty, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh my god, really, me? Like nobody ever says that, just like how I always do. Not that I like that's how I act like all the time, like not surprised, but like no one ever really like compliments. I mean, like I get compliments, but I don't like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Like, I'm not the kind of person. When people compliment me, I really take it to heart. Like, that is so sweet of you. You did not have to go out of your way to say that I look pretty because I'm Shrek, okay? And, so, like, we kept in contact. We stayed friends or whatever. And, one day I invited him to my house. And then, we ended up being more than that. Like, you know what I mean? More than just friends. And so small things would start off. He would say, oh, I'm not good enough. Like if we had like a disagreement or if I wanted him to like go home for once, he would say things like, oh, I'm never good enough for anybody. Like no one ever wants me around, blah, blah, blah. And I'd feel bad because like I don't want anyone to feel that way. Like I'm the type of person like I love being the one that people come to when they need someone to talk to, if they need healing. Like I love being like emotional punching bag. Like I love when people throw their emotional baggage on me because I love being there for people, if that makes sense. I always feel like I'm indebted to people. I don't know. So he would be like, oh, no one ever loves me, no one wants me, I'm not worthy enough. Like, then he would go on and on about this ex-girlfriend he couldn't get over when he was in like ninth grade or whatever. I don't know. Like, guys, when they date, I'm not saying this for all men, but certain guys, when they date, like, if they get their heart broken once, like, for the rest of their life, they'll just be traumatized by that event. Like, I don't know any woman that dated a guy in ninth grade and still thinks about that a guy mistreating her, like in her 20s. Like, women are strong. I don't know. I'm not downgrading men, but a lot of guys, like, they get their heart broken in ninth grade and that's it. All women are sluts. All women are this and this and that. But let it be a woman. So, anyways, he would be like that. Then like it would escalate to like, cause in his past he has shared with me that he used to cut himself. He used to self harm and all this other things. So that was another reason why like I kept sticking around him, because I was like, he's gonna kill himself if I stop talking to him. He's gonna do something horrible to himself if I let him go. You know what I mean? So like a lot of it I did out of like sympathy or like guilt for him for some reason. And so a lot of the times he would say, oh, I'm going to kill myself. Like, I really want to self-harm or whatever. I'd be up hours on the phone with him so he doesn't. Like, it was just like, and for me, it was very emotionally draining. Like, to be, and I'm not saying, like, I love being there for people, but when it's like, you're having the same conversation with someone every single day, like why they shouldn't kill themselves, why they shouldn't die, why they should love their life, why they're gonna, find the love of their life. You know what I mean? It's almost like it's draining. Like, and it's like they're not really in the need, they just want attention. So, like, after a while, it's like, bro, if you're gonna do it, just do it. And I'm not saying that in a mean way, but it's just like, you keep these empty threats or like this. It was just to the point where I'm like, just do it. Like, if you really hate life that much, then why are you here? Like, and I'm not, I swear to you guys, I will never encourage someone to commit suicide. I will never ever be that person. Like, and I'm not that person. But in my head, like, I'm just like if you really didn't want to be here, you wouldn't be here. Like, that's just my whole, like, my what I was saying to myself and to him. And I said that to him one time when we were having a conversation. I was like, if you really didn't want to be here, you wouldn't. So I know that you really want to live. So let's figure out. And he's like the type of person to not fix what it is. Like, I know a lot of people who are dealing with things and they want to change their situation, but he's the kind of guy who wants to sit in his self-pity and wallow away. Like, I can't save you. And I tell him this all the time. I cannot make you want to live. I can't save you. I can't get in your mind, or you have to do the work to make your life better. Because he would sit there and he would smoke weed all day, chill with his friends. He would be around like he wasn't around he's not, or he doesn't hang around people that influence him to do better his life. He's only 21 years old. He has his whole life ahead of him. Like, things like that. He wasn't around good influence. And I would tell him all the time. Then he'd say, oh, you're trying to control my life. Like, all right, then live your life, but stay away from me. And I would tell him, like, I can't be in a relationship with you. I can't be in any kind of relationship with you, because I'm still working on me. You know what I mean? There's still days I wish I wasn't alive, but you know what? I'm trying to make that better for myself. I'm not sitting and waiting for the world to change, or waiting for people to change, or waiting for people to change me, because I'm the only one who can change me. And that's what he doesn't get. Mind you, this whole time, like, he's like, I told him at some point that we were like, I'm cutting off all communication with him because he's toxic. Like, he's toxic to my energy, he's toxic to me, he's toxic to be around. Like, I can't be around someone who's going to view life that way and think that way, especially with me coming out of the religion, being one at XJW. Like, I'm still trying to find my meaning in life. Like, I can't be around this. Like, I don't want to deal with this. And so I stopped talking to him. He inboxes like my sister, and he tells my sister, like, you're so pretty. I want to be with you. Like, your figure is beautiful. Like, and then she's like, weren't you like talking to my sister? And he was like, no, we were just friends, blah, 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 whatever. And so I had like, and she sent me the screenshots, and I was like, wow, like, really? Like, after he like proclaimed his love for me and wanted to be with me, he goes and tries to speak with my sister, my own flesh and blood. Like, mind you, before this, when we were like, right when we were just talking, he had met my best friend, and he had texted her a picture of his dick. My best friend. Like, that's one of the lines you don't cross. Like, your best friend. Like, isn't that like guy code, girl code? You don't talk to the person's friend? Whatever. But I let that slide because we weren't together. We're not, like, we weren't together. So, like, and then I inboxed him and I was like, so what's up with you texting my sister? Like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, not like that, but like, for someone who says they love me and wants to be with me, like, you're gonna inbox my sister and try to talk to my sister. And he was like, I only did it so I can get to you. I wanted to talk to you. You weren't paying me any attention, so that's why I did it. That was his reasoning for doing what he did. Because I wouldn't talk to him. He wanted to talk to my sister, so he knew that she would say it to me. Well, at least that's what he said. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know his intentions. I don't know. And so, on to right now, like today. Today he called me, and I'm with my nephew, right? I'm with my nephew, right? And he called me. We're watching a movie. We're watching a YouTube video on my phone. He had called me, and usually I don't answer his calls, or if I'll call him to check up on him to make sure he's still okay. You know what I mean? Like, he's still alive. Like, obviously I still cared. Like, I still wanted him to be okay because he is that way. And every time I call him, yeah, I'm sad. I'm never gonna be happy. Blah 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 blah. Just Debbie Downer. And so I'm like, oh my God, let me just. So he called me, and I answered the phone, and I was just like, I'm watching a video with my nephew. I really don't want to talk right now. Like, I don't want to fucking, excuse my language. I don't want to deal with this right now. And so I hang up the phone. Everything's fine. Like, I'm just like, hey, I'm with my nephew, blah, 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 blah. Can't talk right now. He sends me a text message saying, what did he say? What did he say? Oh my God, he said something. Oh my God. He said something to me as in like, cause wait, I told him that I didn't want to lose his friendship. That's what I texted him, and I told him I didn't want to lose his friendship like the week before. You know, like I still care about you. Like, I don't want to lose your friendship. I think you're a really cool guy. Blah blah blah. And so he had texted me, and he said, "Well, you lost me." I got so angry because it's like, you have no care for anyone else but you. It's literally about you. That's all you have in your mind. And like, I lost you. No, hun, you lost me. I was the one that was there for you. I was the one who was answering your calls at 3 in the morning when you had no one else to talk to about your suicidal thoughts. I was there for you. I said, you lost me. I didn't lose you. If anything, I said, you're toxic. I don't want to have any type of relationship with you. You know what? You try to speak to my friend. You try to speak to my family. Blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of feeling guilty about things that I didn't do. You know what I mean? Because his whole thing was, I used him, like, because I didn't want to be with him or whatever. Like, that's his whole thing. I felt guilty about leaving him alone because he was suicidal. That's what I felt guilty about. And I'm like, I don't have to feel any guilt about this. You're a whole grown adult man. You have every resource possible to change your life, and you don't want to change it. You have all these feelings. I gave him my therapist number, everything. I told him about exercising more, things that he could do to help him with his depression. And I know, guys, trust me, I've been in my depressive moods. I know what depression is. It doesn't go away overnight, and it definitely doesn't go away to the next day, or if you go for a walk. Depression is so much harder than that. Depression, actually, I don't think depression ever goes away, really. You just learn to manage it and deal with it, and learn ways to cope with it, and learn ways to cope with life, and learn things about life, and look at life through different lenses, and experience life, and try your best to get out of that You know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to not be depressed. Trust me, I'm depressed all the time. I mean, like, I get in my modes and my bouts of depression. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think depression ever really goes away. But this guy is using depression as a crutch, using his depression to manipulate people, his depression to use people to his advantage. And it took me a while to finally like put it all together and understand exactly how to word things and how to think about things, because I didn't see it as that. I mean, when obviously that was a red flag to me in the beginning, but I never ever imagined that I would be in the position where I am. Like, I thought like, okay, he's just gonna be like a work friend, blah blah. But then we got closer. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. I just didn't expect that, and I didn't expect for all of this to happen. Like, and I blame it on myself because I make myself feel guilty about things that I don't and I don't know why. I don't know why I make myself feel guilty about leaving people behind or saying no to people or standing up for myself. And that's something that I'm learning to do, is stand up for myself more, because like I don't understand why I make myself feel guilty about things that I, you know what I mean, like I have no control over, or it's not my problem. So the moral of the story, guys, is stay away from people like that. Like, you, if someone says, oh, like, I'm gonna commit suicide if you stop talking to me, people that manipulate you emotionally, that is a red flag. Stay away from people like that. They are draining. They use you. Like, there's just nothing good that can come out of a person like that. Like, I guarantee it. Like, and I'm learning, like, being in the world, I'm learning experiences from people. Like, I'm learning how people are. I'm learning how the real world works out here. And this is just one of those things. If you're an XJW, or if you're just someone who, you know, you just want to be informed or whatever, I don't know what I'm going to title this video. But just be alert. Like, stay alert, guys. Do not let people manipulate you. Please. 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 If you learned anything from this video, let it be, if someone threatens to commit suicide, that if you stop talking to them, immediately block them, erase them from your life. Immediately do that. Please do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Or call the authorities. Tell them about the person trying to threaten their own life so they can seek professional help if that's what they really are trying to do with themselves. You know what I mean? Because they really need help. They really do. They need help. And that's not a bad thing. He's sick, and it's nothing that I can do to fix that. There's no amount of phone calls or anything that I could ever do to help fix that. Only he can fix that. Only he can. Or medication or whatever. So that's just my video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not in no way trying to bash anyone that's feeling depression or ever talks about suicide, because trust me, I've been in that position. Like, I know what that feels like, to text someone and say I don't feel like living today, or text someone and say like I don't feel good, like I don't want to be alive. Like, trust me, I've been there. I know what that is like, and it's not like, that is not what this guy is doing. So yeah, just wanted to get that out there. I've been feeling like on my toes all day with this topic because it happened today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you did like, don't forget to like the like button or come back for more and let me guys know what you think about this topic in general. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.